I have a lot more gifts. Yeah. Okay. We're ready. Oh. Check my YouTube. Ah. Yes, we're good to go. All right, let's get started. All right. Once again, pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to give you salutations again. My name is Malaika. By the grace of God, I attended Berklee College of Music. I study music business. I have a business by the grace of God, and we do artist visas, we do live events, we do live concerts. Just a shameless plug. I have a live event tomorrow with MOG, so you guys should come, okay? And by the grace of God, this is my brother from another mother. He went to Berklee College of Music with me as well, Nanayo, and we had a great time at Berklee. So what we're doing here today is just a music seminar where we're going to talk about our Berklee experience, and we're going to talk about what we be doing, what have been doing after Berklee College of Music, the things we've been involved with, the areas of expertise we've been involved with. Like Nana, he has his own studio. He does production, mix and mastering for people. And so we just want to enrich you guys today with a lot of information to prepare you guys as you grow your musicianship. And so right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up my brother, Nanayo. Shout out to his wife in the back. Neo, say hello. Did she leave? Okay, she's over here. Okay, beautiful. Say hello to. She has to come closer to the anointing, you understand? So she moved from the back to the right. Wow. Somebody say wow. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Nanayo.
Thank you, Malaika. Hi, everyone. You can hear me loud and clear, right? All right. So my name is Nanayo. My name is Nanayo Ankama Asamoah. Yes, sir. Thank you. The guy who said yes, sir, I think he needs a match, but we'll talk about it. All right, you're the one. Then you are my friend. So. But nice to meet you guys. Because of time constraints, my presentation will be cut short. But I'm still going to talk about the salient points that we need before we leave here. Like Malaika said, we met in Berklee College of Music. I was privileged to go there by God's grace in 2012. Yes, so 2012, and then I was done in 2016. I did music production and engineering. To get into Berklee, you have to audition with a principal instrument. So how many drummers do we have here? Very good. How many keyboardists? Not much, okay. And then how many bassists? Let me see your hands. All right, hey, some of you, your hands have just been up, okay. Charlie, who plays all? Raise your hand. You play all. Yeah, those are my kind of people. Lovely. Jack of all trades. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then those who play Atentembe, anybody? Or Chia? Say that one there. Uh-huh. You are here. God bless you, brother. I'm sending the link to the Musicians Corner group so they can share the link for others to join. Sure. So there's a Musicians Corner group. A link will be shared there. You can share it with your contacts, Yeah, share the link pretty much. Yes. Beautiful. So yeah, so you audition with your principal instrument, and then you go to the next phase, which is an interview process. So to see or to hear that somebody went through 4 years of Berklee means they went through all of that before being accepted. And by God's grace, we went through. I think I was the second Ghanaian to go to Berklee. But at the time, I was not a social media guy. I just wanted to go and learn. Get out. What do I say? Because you have school fees, even though there was some scholarships more on the side. What do I say? Do you understand? Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, right now we have, is it Shadrach? Yeah, so Shadrach finished. But before Shadrach went, funny story about Shadrach, before he went, he was sitting in my living room telling me, Charlie, he has gotten acceptance, but so you know how the whole thing goes. He can send left, right, and center. And I just said, Charlie, God will do it. And then by God's grace, he got into Berklee and he's He's finished. He's making waves. So shout out to Shadrach if he sees me, in case he sees me. Yes. Great guy. All right. Berklee College of Music, unlike other music schools, what made Berklee stand out is the contemporary music that they focus on. They are more modern in their approach to teaching music. Because there were other great schools that existed before Berklee. Juilliard. How many of you have heard of Juilliard? I didn't think so. You know, just a few people. Juilliard, they are more into the classical training of the arts. So you have things like ballet for the dance guys. You have things like classical, Baroque era, classical music. Those kind of things. That's Juilliard. Then you have Moyamashimo. Yeah, or Chia. Okay, so that's Juilliard, okay? But Berklee stands out in terms of the modern approach. Jazz is one of their main focus, and even it also extends in their theory and the curriculum that they present, okay, to you. So that's a bit about Berklee. When I talk about Berklee, I talk about myself, so that I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. So Berklee, like I said, contemporary music education, that's their hallmark, okay? So, and then a little about myself. I did music production and engineering, like I said, and that's what I do now full-time. I mix, I master, I produce, by the grace of God. And then I'm also a musician, okay? I sing, I can play, not as good as some of you. I see some of your hands, how it is, no? Chops now, but bono, it's wild. But I'm trying. I can be your student one day, all right? And then I also teach music. So I have a music school, an art school, actually, that I run with my wife. Where is she? She's here. Oh, please, please be nice to my wife. Say hi to my wife, or else I'll stop this. Or Chia. Yeah. So, yes, so that's what I do. I'm a father of two, in addition to all of that. Yes. With my roommate, my wife. Say hi to her one more time. Okay, very good. All right, so that's what we do. We met in Berklee some time back, and yeah, the rest is history. Yeah, she needed homework help and things, and me too. I understood, pa. Yeah, I understood it. Hello, yeah. I'm actually intelligent. I understood the work, so I was able to break it down. But you know, after breaking down, there are some other conversations too. Yeah. By the way, she's not Ghanaian, so the tree you are speaking is too much for her. But let's speak so that she'll not understand. All right. So in Berklee, one of the things I remember, I was spoiled for choice. I mean, you open a mic cabinet, and a mic you've only heard of in stories and in videos and in dreams. The mic alone costs $5,000. But that's the mic that they can say, oh, yeah, I think it will sound good for this, your vocalist. It sounds good for... So the state-of-the-art recording studios they have there, mind-blowing. In fact, it spoiled me so much that when I was done with school and I came back home, somebody will ask, oh, but I have a year then cry in the first place. But I came back home because I believed I could give back to Ghana. And honestly, I believe this is where God wants me to be, so that I can share as much as I have with my brothers and my sisters. Can I get an amen? All right, so Berklee state-of-the-art recording studios, I mean, it's unmatched. That's part of the things that sets them apart, okay? These are actual pictures of the recording studios, okay? So it's not just a video you're watching. Like, you actually go to class, and the professor is teaching you with this Neve, with this SSL board, with this API console, 60 channels, 62 channels, 64. And you are there like, hey, now when I come back, where will I get this? But then all of that experience helps in understanding where the professionals stand as far as the industry standards are concerned. And then another thing is the exposure when it comes to performances and collaborations. You are sport. Your Berklee Performance Center is, no offense to National Theatre, but it's, in terms of acoustics and other things, it's unmatched, 10 times better. And that's where you get to perform almost every month. We hosted Aaron Spears of blessed memory. We've also hosted Corey Henry in my school a number of times, Dennis Chambers for the drummers. And these are the performance spaces they play in. And then you call you from Ayeduase in Kumasi to also come and play on that same stage. It's a big experience. It's a big blessing. You get the point. Yes. And so these are some of the sports for choice options you have. Student lounges, ensemble rooms, and practice rooms. The practice room alone is you know, we have rehearsal spaces in Ghana, right? But imagine a practice room where you have access to a board yourself. You do your own multi-tracking just to practice and get better. These are some of the, I mean, by the time you come out, if there's nothing like this in Ghana, you may be a bit spoiled. But what it is that it gives you the experience you need to be an industry player, all right? And in the student lounges where people are just sitting and talking, that's where hit songs have been made. Charlie Puth went to my school, for those of you who know Charlie Puth. And when some of the interactions he's had with people were in these students' lounges, John Mayer, Abraham Laborel, Esperanza Spout, and Quincy Jones, all these guys are people that will pass through the school. And of course, yours truly, Nana Ankama Samoa, also went to the school. Yeah, by the grace of, I thought you clapped better. Uh-huh. Yeah, so sometimes in these practice rooms, in these lounges, these are where exchanges happen. And I can tell you, Shadrach, for one, when he went to school, one of the best things he's done for himself is networking. Yes, networking. He's really networked. Now his friends, when you see on his Instagram, it doesn't even look like he's a Ghanaian anymore. He has some friend from Italy, another from Mexico. Like, he's the only black guy amongst many. You get a point? So that networking too is because it establishes lifelong connections. There's something called the Beantown Jazz Festival. It's one of the biggest jazz festivals in the Boston space. And your ability to network with other musicians in class and outside of class and things like that allows you to be on such scenes, okay, such stages. It's as big as okay, let me not exaggerate, but it matches many of the jazz festivals we have all over the world. One time I met a lady called Ophion Bassi. Later I'll come to know that she's related to Nathaniel Bassi. Yes, Ophion Bassi is somebody I played for once upon a time. She's just she didn't even go to Berklee. She just lived in Boston area. And so what I'm saying is that interaction, okay, with people in school and outside school allows you that networking opportunity to broaden your horizon. All right? Okay, I'll skip through some things. Now, a lot of people, when they hit me in the DMs, because they know I went to Berklee, ask a lot of questions that you can find on the website. Amen. But I know us. We don't like, I've noticed something about us. We are fearful Ghana boys. We don't like to read. So what we do is we'd rather wait for somebody to read for us and tell us. Or the person has gone, so he should tell us. If it's not their experience and it's things to do with admissions or things to do with scholarship, things to do with information from the school, the best source will be the horse's own mouth. But since I'm here, let me do this for us. So in Berklee, for undergrad, we also have master's programs, but I'll not get into that. So for undergrad, we have the Bachelor of Music. And then they just recently added Bachelor of Arts, which has to do with leadership and innovation in music. They also have a lot of minor courses, not majors. So minor courses, there are a lot of them. You can do a minor in even DJing. There's somebody who did a minor in DJing. Today, have you seen those videos where you have thousands of people gathered and there's a DJ who's on a very big podium, he's mixing, and everybody's going crazy? There's somebody who did a minor in DJing, and today that's what he does for life. So what does he do? He's in Amsterdam today, tomorrow he's in Kuwait, tomorrow he's here, he's there, just doing and the people are going crazy. But before they went crazy, they paid a good $100 at the gate, and all is coming to him, DJing. So it's different from Chalimon Pespin Abi Mami for my 200 Ghana, thank you. Mumpespin Abi Mami for my backyard event. It's different from that. So those are some of the minors. Even the minors are very life-changing, all right? And then they're also known for their core curriculum. So you have things like ear training, okay? It's a good course to strengthen your ears when it comes to musicianship, okay? Conducting, arranging, harmony, these are theoretical courses, but they are the core, and you need to get through those to even take higher ones. And because Berklee is an all-encompassing school, it's not just about music. So we have the liberal arts and then sciences. If you want to get a degree, make sense? Yeah, so they have all of that in there. Now, another opportunity for undergrads is the study abroad in Spain. I had the privilege, I was selected amongst a few of us to go to Spain for a semester. Life-changing. When I'm done with this, I'll be wrapping up shortly. I'll show you some pictures, and then I move on. Okay. So in Spain, I met some really OGs. You see them very soon. Some really big top dons. You see them very soon. I'm going to skip some parts of this. I've spoken about collaboration and then also the Beantown Jazz Festivals. Now, these are the OGs I spoke of. Can you recognize them? Abraham Laboro. And who is the one at the bottom? Okay, so these master classes happen just like you watch YouTube. This happened on a regular. One day I was walking out of the 150 building, which is Berklee's main building. I stepped out, I looked to my right, and then I see John Blackwell of blessed memory. You guys know John Blackwell? He's a drummer. He does the hat thing, spins the sticks. If you've been watching YouTube for some time, you know John Blackwell. Great guy. Mm-hmm. So John Blackwell, I step out. I'm like, wow, isn't this John Blackwell? He turns around and says, yes, it's me. He was very nice about it. He even took a picture with me, and then we were talking. He said, where am I from? Because he hears the accent. Now, when they say that, don't get offended. It just means that you're not from America. That's all. Do you understand? So I hear the accent. I say, oh, I'm from Ghana. Then he starts talking to me about the jollof he had, plantain. No, because he was very happy to have met somebody from Ghana because it wasn't something, I mean, he's been to Ghana before. That's why he knows jollof and plantain. But then to see someone actually from there after so many years of visiting, to him, it was just fantastic. So he starts talking to me about blah, blah, blah. Now, this is the caliber of people you meet on a regular. They do master classes. One time, Jacob Collier came to the school to do master class. You can imagine. It was full. Yes, Jacob Collier. He's not a human being. We all know he's not a human being. So if he has come from wherever he has come from to be with us men, it's mind-blowing, right? So these are some of the experiences you get. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. But, yeah. So master classes, and you learn from them directly. You get to ask the questions. So imagine you have Corey Henry for 30 minutes. All the questions you've thought of ever asking him, you have that opportunity. These are things that happen on a regular. But they don't leave you stranded. After you are done with Berklee, there are the networking opportunities, career development centers, and a number of places that link you to real-life work. So you are done with Berklee, you will not be jobless by God's grace. Say amen. So what it means is that they can link you. If you did film scoring, they link you to people in the film industry. The next time Fast and Furious 10,000 comes out, then we'll see your name too. Why? Because you've been linked. You probably did some internship with some film composer, Hans Zimmer. I know a guy, the guy who did the theme song for Game of Thrones. Pam, pam, pananam, pam. He graduated some years ago. I didn't think I meet the guy. So, for instance, you are done, and the Berklee alumni network is very broad and strong. So sometimes they just link you with, oh, we have a guy who's graduated. You can be linked. You can be sorted out. And you will not be jobless. So those are some of the few things to foster well-being and success at the end of the day. John Mayer, great guy. Quincy Jones of blessed memory. Esperanza Spalding. These are a few notable alumni. And then Abraham Laborel. He went to the school, and then two of his sons also went to the school. One was a drummer, and I think the other was a guitarist or something like that. Yeah. So a few guys that went there. And like I said, yours truly, Nane Ankama Samoa went there. All right, so that's about Berklee. Let me show you, so that it doesn't look like I actually didn't go there. Let me show you a few pictures. It may help. Well, I don't know. Let's see. So, funny enough, this is me. I don't even know how. So this is me behind an API console. For the first time I saw one, I was just going crazy. But this picture is actually a fan-fooling picture. I was not doing anything. Yes. I was just taking a picture to post on Facebook back then when Facebook was the thing. But I look serious, right? I look like I'm checking. Cake mic, no one checking it. But there's nothing happening, right? There is settings in qua. Settings in choir, right. So there's that one, and then there's me and Abraham Labero. I really cherish this relationship. He's a great mentor. He's a great figure. He speaks wisdom. Whenever you meet him, if you get the chance, he's a great gift to music. This was me in high school, before Berklee. I had their shirts, and I just kept doing this to manifest that I'll go there one day. And has it come to pass or not? It has come to pass. Okay, powerful. This is my first ensemble class in Berklee. Some of these guys look like they only play rock, but they are actually one of the most talented people you meet on planet Earth. This is one of my favorite professors back in Berklee called Daniel Morris. Great guy. And then, like I said, I had a chance to go to Berklee, Valencia. So we have Berklee, Valencia, a picture of Berklee, Valencia campus. Let me rush through this so that I can actually get to why some of. So this is still Berklee, Valencia. The campus is very nice. I remember entering. I had an assignment. So this is 2 a.m. and I'm in this studio mixing my assignment. Okay. And I thought, this is a nice picture. So I stepped away. You see my Dunkin' Donuts coffee on there, to keep me up. Yes, sir. Kameda. Then they'll ask me, where's the work? I'll say, if they can give me extension. It doesn't work like that there. All right, so we're in Valencia, and these are some few friends of mine. This is my wife and I, when I was graduating. So Berklee, you never know. You may get an additional package. Amen. Yeah. You may get an additional package. All right. And when I was graduating, the person that took this picture is Malaika, actually. You see, it says Malaika's photos at the bottom. Yeah, Malaika and I go way back, way back. So that's me in the line. You know how graduation works. You go, you climb the stage, they shake your hand, then you're happy. Yes. Oh, by the way, the day I was climbing the stairs to go up, guess who I met? Justin Rains. He went to Berklee some years ago, and his cousin was graduating with me. So he was sitting in the crowd. He saw me. I gave him a wave. He waved back at me. Charlie, we have gone somewhere by the grace. But the thing about Justin Rains is that I met him at a concert. He was playing for Israel. And when I met him, and we're talking, I said, I'm from Ghana. He said, so what am I doing here? I said, I go to Berklee. Then he stopped. He said, you go to Berklee? Then he shouted, hey, dude goes to Berklee. Kevin Camp. Aaron Lindsay. I mean, all the big guys, they came around just to come and talk to me because I went to Berklee. But he went to Berklee as well. And we're talking, we're interacting. It's been a while. I should reach out to them. We still have a bit of a connection by the grace of God. Okay, so this is me, first years of Berklee. This is me in a practice room, an ensemble room. This is me in one of the Berklee Valencia studios. This is me mixing and mastering. This is me in one of the studios. This is the studio gear because I know that it will chair before we get some in Ghana. So I took all the pictures. These are a few friends, Victor Wooten. Do you guys know Sean Wright? Yes. So you see, before I went to Berklee, you know how you are all struck about some of the people you see on YouTube? Sean Wright, Nick Smith, Darian Javon. I get into the school and we are having a social hangout. And the first person I see is Sean Wright. And I'm like, yo, he's like, oh, no, I know, like he gets it. So he comes, we take a picture. Yeah. Then there's J.P. Bouvet. This guy is one of the best drummers I've heard, in my opinion. This guy, I don't know, he's insane. He's insane. His application of subdivisions, especially when it comes to 16th and 32nd notes, I've not heard anybody explain the number of possibilities like he has. Yeah, and I think he's one of the great guys. He currently has a course out there on drumming, so you can check him out. And then Nick Smith, he currently plays for Snoop Dogg, I think. Yes, Nick Smith, yes, solid arrangement. Yes, those are the solid guys, right? So I'm watching these guys in my high school room, and then I get to Berklee, and these are the people that are saying, oh, hi, you are welcome to the school. It's a blessing, or it's not a blessing. And this man changed my life. He's called Steve Wilkes. He was my drum instructor, one-on-one. This guy has taught a number of the great drummers you know who are making waves out there. And one of the things he taught me is that it's not about the chops, it's not about the fills. That's not what gets you the callbacks. It's keeping the groove and keeping it solid and locked and steady. All right? So just some small tip to those who still play drums. All right. So now let's move on to, I will not have time, like I said, to demonstrate, but I want to talk about mixing and mixing. Let's do mixing. I should add a mastering. Mastering, okay. You let me do mixing. then we'll see how it goes. Because Malika also has to come on, and we don't have time, like I said. All right. Now, you see, when it comes to mixing, how many of us are engineers here? Eastwood, yes, Eastwood. Eastwood, I've met Eastwood. What's your name? Enes. Nice to meet you. I'm Nanaya. And then who else? Who else? Okay. What I want you to know about mixing and mastering is that you all can be mixing and mastering engineers. It just takes a bit of practice and the right structure. What did I say? A bit of practice and the right structure. Because if you don't know what you are doing, you can watch 1,000 YouTube videos and still not know what you are doing. It doesn't make sense. Yes, so that's something I've come to observe with mixing, mastering, and people who want to get into it. Because sometimes the questions I'm asked, I'm like, oh, this thing, if you started mixing 3 years ago, then these are not questions you should be asking. But then again, it also depends on it also depends on how much time you spend mixing, practicing, and all of that. So let's get right into it. Okay. So, if you can, one of my mentors told me, if you can't get free work, most likely you are not good enough. Like you are not charging the people for the work, but they still won't come to you. Then you are probably not good enough. Does it make sense? No, does it make sense? Yeah. So that's one of the things to think about. And it may have to do with your approaches to mixing. Not necessarily the knowledge factor. You may know a bit about EQs, compression, how to apply them, if you want punchiness, if you want to reduce the harshness, the muddiness, blah, 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 all of that. But it may be your approach, okay? Does some of these things sound familiar? Who has tried mixing a song before? Anybody? Oh, am I talking to the right crowd? Maybe you are not. Are you mixing engineers? Or do we have people who are interested? You are interested, okay. You've tried mixing a song before? Okay. Or your own drum take, maybe your drum cover, but you wanted to let the boys say, yeah, you spore there. Somebody say spore there. Yeah, but by the time you mix it, you say that, anchor, iPhone camera and cry, and the sound cry better say me mix. No? But muddy and harsh mixes is what it is. When your mix doesn't have the clarity that we are looking for, it can lead to this, okay? And then it will lack that professional sound that everybody knows that mixes. Let me tell you something about mixing. It's like writing an essay. How you will express yourself is different from how I will express myself. But at the end of the day, there's something that we are all looking for, and it's clarity in the mix and a well-rounded balance. Does it make sense? So your harsh and muddy mixes are as a result of a number of things. But these are things that you would have experienced if you've tried mixing. Lack of depth and separation. As your kick is playing, your bass is playing, and then your keyboards too are playing, we can't tell if the one that we heard right now is a keyboard or a kick. Because if not there's no clarity, there's no balance. Those are some few beginner problems, or even for people who have been mixing for a while, they run into something called masking, where a number of frequencies are competing against each other. So I'm not going to solve that problem today. I'm just giving you a framework that allows you to think clearly, okay, when you are mixing. Okay, weak low end. So sometimes you mix your song, say low ends, no papa. As a kick, no, the iPhone mic, no record it. As a bass, no, the bass is as if we don't have any depth in the low ends. Yes, things like that. It makes your mix sound incompetent, but it's not because you don't know. It's just your approach, probably. Making sense? So these are few inconsistent results. There's sometimes you can get a solid mix for one song. Another time, it's not going so great. And then sometimes there's nothing to do. Like the mix is not that bad. But you see that you don't feel confident in yourself and in your mix. So what are you doing? Endless tweaking. You are in there. You adjust this EQ small. You can't even. How many of you have mixed and you shifted an EQ band and you realize that you couldn't really tell if you've done what you've done? Because at that time you are using your eyes to mix, which is a dangerous thing because you are just seeing something go up. So you are assuming that it has done something. But what it has done, you can't put a finger on it. That's part of endless tweaking. Or sometimes the compressor, the release, where the release is fine. The attack is not bad. You have a good ratio. Your threshold too is on point. But you there and then, at the end, made ratio no me increase it to 8:1 and no very heavy and very solid. And then you keep going and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, and you are not getting anywhere because you don't have an end goal in mind. Does it make sense? All right. One thing that professionals beat you in mixing is that they don't overcomplicate themselves. You think that you need to throw on the whole Waves plugin bundle or UAD. You need to throw in all these plugins from all over. If somebody comes and says, hi, get your mix done in 1 hour with this plugin, you believe it and you'll go and buy $50. You say, Auntie Sewa, but can you may top plugin? And I'll say then plugin. And also then, it's a software I'm using for my mixing and mastering. Okay, now they've bought the thing. You don't even know how it works. You don't know how to use it. But you've believed that one thing will change your life and destiny forever. Don't fall for marketing gimmicks. That's another thing I'm trying to explain to you. Okay? Because it's very possible you buy this mixing template, you buy this, you buy that, and you've bought all and you don't even use half of them. Does it make sense? Yeah. So they don't complicate their lives. They have a framework, a system that works for them, and they are good to go. All right? Let me rush through real quick. Like I was talking about plugin overload. So you can buy and invest in so many plugins, but at the end of the day, it's not what will make your mix the best. All right. So these are some myths when it comes to mixing, and I want you to pay close attention to this. I told you how Berklee spoils you with all these pro gears and wild consoles and a number of things. At the end of the day, that's not the essential thing. Is it making sense? Yeah, pro gear is not essential. It's not the main thing. Okay? And then you want to focus on the quality of your mix, not the number of things you are doing in there. All right? And then different techniques and different mix approaches will vary depending on the genre, depending on what you are trying to achieve. So like I was saying, have an end goal in mind. And the quickest way to have an end goal in mind is to have a what? Anybody knows? Is to have a reference track. A song, you are mixing a song, but you want it to sound close to this. It will not be the same song because obviously it's not the same song. If the person is saying, Majen kwa Yesu, and yours is saying, Yesu, 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 it's not the same song, right? But maybe the style or something in that song is what you anticipate yours sounding like. That's a reference, okay? So you have that in your session. You listen to it a number of times and try and see what they are doing in there that your mix can employ or use, all right? So techniques will vary with quantity. So like I was saying, you don't need pro gear. If you have a sound card, good monitors, of course, don't just buy anything. Buy quality stuff. One time I was mixing, I had this sound card. I used it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But one day I changed it to get a better one. And it's as if they have covered my monitors with blanket when I was using the previous one. Does it make sense? So like if I'm using the okay one, right? The standard one or the adequate one, yes. I'm mixing, I'm not getting bad results. It's not bad. It's okay. But one day I bought a better audio interface, changed it, removed, plugged it to my speakers. And it's as if somebody had, when I was mixing with the old interface, as if somebody has covered it with blanket. Yeah. Is it making sense? So I'm not saying just go for anything because I said pro gear doesn't matter. Of course, invest in quality, but not everything anyone throws at you, then you get up. Have you seen the sound card? If you get the sound card for $10, your life, ministry, and your your destiny will change. You'll be a pro in the next 48 hours. And then you say, oh, 48 hours, I like it. So you two go and buy it. But that's not how it works. It's more of the knowledge being applied and a system. So let me brush through. And then also, how many of you have heard this thing where it says it takes 10 hours, 10,000 hours to gain mastery in a certain skill? Do you know why I don't buy that thing? Because the guy who said it, he was working on his golf swing. How many of you know golf? Yes, the swing. So he's working on his golf swing. Now he hits the thing. He spends 10,000 hours working on his swing. Do you know what practice does? Practice doesn't make perfect. It makes permanent. So all the mistakes for 10,000 hours, he's cementing that. He's making it very solid in his DNA. Do you understand what I mean? So 10,000 hours of mixing, it's not necessarily what will help. Okay? Like I said, it's having the right structure or system or framework. All right? And then never believe that you are missing that one secret ingredient or one secret technique that will change everything. No, there's nothing like that. The magic you're expecting is in the work you are not doing. Do you understand? Does it make sense? Yeah, so that's also something to keep at the back of your head. Don't buy into the thing, oh, I need to know how to do parallel compression and my life will change forever. You can apply parallel compression. In your case, it may not work. Maybe how you even recorded your drums were very excellent. You got the right direction, mic placement, everything was solid. Maybe you want some punchiness, then parallel compression can come in. But you don't want punchiness. You like your organic drums the way they are. It just sounds cool and nice, especially in a jazz setting. Then you come. I saw a video on parallel compression. I think it will help me. Then you are going to compress the life out of some drums that need no help and compression in life. You are not helping your case. Okay? So never believe that there's a common belief that you always have that one thing that would transform your mixing. And no, it's not like that. All right? Complexity is the enemy for the professional mixing engineer. Complexity. Where at the end of the day, when they ask you to explain what you did in the session, you yourself, you can't tell because you've done so many things. You don't even remember, is this the one where I turned off this EQ underneath the one I've already put on top? Or is this the one where I'm sending the delay to? You can't even explain. It's because you've tried a number of things thinking that makes you sound more professional or that gives you something great. It's a myth. Do I have your attention? Yeah. So, an objective mix structure allows you to have a framework you are working with, okay? It allows you to have a framework you are working with, where instead of the endless tweaking, you know that this is the end goal. I'm trying to sound like this reference, or I'm trying to get as close to the industry standard as much as possible. And you are working towards that, okay? It eliminates a lot of try and error things. I'm not saying don't read or don't learn about EQ, compression. Learn about all the things that you need to learn, all the tools you need. That one day, I can't lie to you. You need to learn about it. This is not magic. Just like I'm telling you not to go and get, there's nothing like that one secret sauce I need to make everything work. What I'm telling you is not the one secret sauce. Does it make sense? It just allows your workflow to be more centered and more focused so that you are able to achieve more than trying and error so many times and getting nowhere. Does it make sense? All right. So now you have to understand industry standards in mixing. What are the top guys doing? What's the benchmark? What am I trying to achieve? That's what I was talking about when I was talking about reference mixes. Okay? You hear how many of you mix gospel? Eastwood, you mix gospel. Okay. So you hear a Nathaniel Bassey track, or you hear who do you listen to? Hey, Ty Tribbett. You don't listen to Ty Tribbett. Don't sing. No, none of them. Well, your gospel is not on earth. Okay, so you listen to a song that has been mixed very well, mastered very well, and that's somewhat the standard that's out there. Okay, you have to understand what's going into that. What do you hear? And it can be simple things like where they've placed the vocal, how loud the vocal is compared to the BVs, or where the BVs sit in the mix compared to where the bass player is. Things like that. You want to listen to know where things are placed in relation to each other. Does it make sense? So those are some of the things, and it's good to have a notebook for that. You listen to one song or you listen to an album. And I encourage you, if you're a mix engineer or you want to get into it, listen to albums than just songs. Albums will help because it gives you an experience from the beginning to the end, rather than just one song you really like and go off of. All right. Do I want to talk about pink noise? Pink noise. Pink noise, okay. There's a general pink noise curve, okay? It looks something like this, where the low frequencies are a little dip, the highs are a little dip, and the mids are protruding a bit, so that the harshness from the highs is not too much, and you don't get too much rumble from the lows. If you take a song that has been mixed and mastered, or has, industry standard songs, you will notice that trajectory. It sort of exists, okay? And that's where you want your final mix to sit. You run it against a pink noise curve. We shouldn't have too much rumble in the bass. We shouldn't have too much highs. And the mids should be in there coolly so that we can see and hear everything. If I had time, I would demonstrate a few things, but I don't, unfortunately. Hopefully, I'll be called back sometime. Maybe. Amen. All right, the 4 pillars of professional mix. What you are looking for, and this is the objective structure I'm talking about. You want sonic balance. Sonic balance is how balanced all the frequencies are across your mix. So, like I was saying, you don't have too much low end. Too much bass is actually energy. That's why if somebody is playing bass and a singer, or you are whispering to somebody and the bass is very loud, you can't hear yourselves. You have to really get close here because bass is not just low frequency and low sound. It's actually energy. Bass is what can vibrate walls. A high frequency which probably shatter glass is also energy. Is it making sense? Yeah. So when you go to events or programs and you hear brr, 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 and then you hear that is the burglar proof and the door that's actually vibrating because of the bass. Yes, that's energy right there. Too much of that will kill your mix. And so you need sonic balance. Across all frequencies, what's the balance we are looking at? And I can give you a few things to look at. EQs, okay. There are a number of resources out there for EQing, where there are EQ curves for different instruments, and where the muddiness, the harshness, and all those things exist, okay. If you EQ a snare in a certain way, you get a boxy sound. If you EQ it right, you can get close to a Calvin Rogers kind of sound. Can I get an amen? All right, so all those things exist. Now, dynamics. Not everything needs to be loud. Not everything needs attention in the mix. So where you place things are very important. Dynamics and clarity. Can I differentiate your organ from a piano sound? If I can't, then that's already then there's something you are really doing wrong, because already they don't sound the same. Already they don't sound the same. And then depth. How far back some things are in terms of panning and reverb and things like that. So those are some of the pillars you want to look at. All those things are on your screen. You don't need to get. If you are using a good DAW, the stock plugin should be able to take care of all of that. I don't have time to get into all of what that will do, but just to recap, let me go back to this. You are looking at sonic balance, dynamics, clarity, and depth. Okay? Sonic balance, dynamics, clarity, and depth. Like I said, I really wish I had time. I would have delved deep. And then those of you who came for a more practical session would have gained. But I think with what I've said so far, we understand what's happening. A good mix starts from the recording, not from the screen. If it wasn't recorded well, please tell them that, I beg you, I don't take. It's okay, you can bounce work. I've bounced work before. The lady didn't record it well. She brought it. She said, God has given me a song. I said, we thank God. We thank God. I'm not downplaying, but it wasn't mixed well. And she doesn't know. The sound man in her church just went to the board, put some aux cable, Audacity, they bounced it, send it to me. It wasn't great. You get the point? So at the end of the day, a good mix will start with a good recording session. There are some good studios in Kenya. When they record and send to me, I'm just so happy. But then we have Yanum. We have Yanum. We didn't do it well. And then they'll bring it and say, hey, Charlie, so what are you expecting? Magic. I mean, something can be done, but it starts to set up yourself for a good mix. It starts with a good recording. Are we on the same page? All right. And then There's a very critical point called the mix prep, where you color code your tracks. That's all just for a good workflow. This is the system I'm talking about. Then gain staging. Charlie, we don't have time. Gain staging, volume balancing. In case I say something you don't understand, you can write it down and do your research. But if I had time, I'll explain. Gain staging has to do with the signal coming in, even before you hear something. The signal coming in, making sure it's not too loud, it's not distorting. You need to set those well, or else you'll be fighting against the wind. If you don't set the right parameters for a good gain stage, you are toast. You can do whatever. You can even call John Yosh. He'll come and look at you and say, we have to gain stage this stuff. Do you understand? So that's how it works. Gain staging, volume balance, tonal EQ. Dynamics has to do with compression and a number of things. Relational EQ, that adjusts the tones so that everything sits well. Then reverb and effects. Okay. Then you do some final tweaks based on what you've listened to over time. And that's how to achieve a great mix. All right. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't go into the practical aspect. But for those who are mix engineers, a number of the things I've said have jumped at you. Please take note of them. Do your research. Keep learning. But make sure that what you are learning, you are applying in the right context so that you are not doing an endless tweak. My name is Nanayo Nkama-Samoa. It's been nice having you around. Thank you. So do you need a doc? People, you are drummers, man. People are clapping in time. Okay, the guy clapping there and the guy clapping there. Hey, now everybody's clapping. Oh, cheer. Okay, I'm going to give away stuff, but I need to ask a question or two. Okay? You heard tweaking. Okay, that's good. It's good your ears are working. We thank God. Now listen, this was going down. Who can mention one of the pillars I spoke about? The guy in yellow, you said sonic balance. You said it. The way I didn't call you, come. You are correct. Sonic balance. Who else? Let the mic come to you. Okay, I think. Oh, we've had one on this time. Maybe let's try. No, the mic should come to you. The mic should come to you. Charlie, you choose. The guy in pink. You could give the guy in pink. He just came. Oh, hey, but you've left that to come here. Here you go. Here you go.
Dynamics.
Equalization. The four pillars. You are off. Yes.
Dynamics.
Dynamics. Give it to who? It's okay. Oh, it's what? He's right. I wanted to give it to someone on this side, but he's right. Okay, here you go, say.
Check.
All right. Please, a round of applause for them. Hopefully in the future, I'll make some time to actually get into the depth of mixing, mastering. I'll take a session, we walk through it, and get to see the ins and outs and how these things are actually applied. Then we can get that practical touch to the whole thing. Like I said, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Good evening. Hi. Hope you all know me. I'm Godfred, the founder for Musicians Corner. And then I'm really excited to have you all here. Thank you so much for being here. Because of time, I think people are complaining about the time and all. Please, what we are doing is equally important. Hope you get me. So let's give ourselves some time. You'll be out of here very soon, very, very soon. Hope you get me. Yeah, so please bear with me and then stay. All right? All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
1, 2. All right. While we wait, does anyone have a question? Boss, yes, you in the pink. Can he have a mic? I'll just take 2 questions because of time. Yeah, my likes. You can send. Yeah, boss. Can a mic go to him? Oh, Mike. What's your mic over here? Yeah. Hey, who said that? That's serious. Okay, you use this one.
Okay, please, my name is Ernest. Please, my question is about the type of genres we have. Yeah, actually, I really love worship songs. So most of the time when I'm mixing, I have a way of mixing where I make sure that I have my lead vocal, LV, yeah, the snare, the BVs, and between the BVs, I have my keyboard and the snare. I don't know if the aux or something like that. Yeah, and I have the bass and the lead guitarist sometimes overshadowing the bass. But sometimes with the drums, especially the snare, I have a problem with some of the drummers. They don't tune their snare that well. So it comes to a point where you have to even use high cut in snare, but in the normal, yeah. So I want to know how you go about mixing a worship song, as in mastering it, how you should go, both mixing and mastering. Because sometimes you can mix it very good. When it gets to the person mastering it, it sounds like, yeah. So I want to know how it goes.
Oh, clap for Ernest. Clap for Ernest. Charlie, the guy, he's intelligent. When he said a high cut, some of you were lost. He said, Charlie, I can't only my dear, only my dear. Okay, high cut. My mom said, hey, guy, no. Yeah. But it's actually low pass, yeah. Okay. So, are you listening? Ernest, you remember I said at a point in the presentation that a good mix starts with what? A good recording. Unfortunately, I've experienced some drummers. I'm Bludo biased. What do I mean by I'm Bludo biased? When I want the work to be done and done well, and I don't have time, he's the guy I call, and he'll deliver. Sometimes I'm annoying him because he's very good. Like, he'll give you 3 takes, and all are nice. Now you don't know which one to choose. One, he'll do a bass roll. One, he'll just dwell on the toms for you. Then one, he'll give you a mixture beat. And he's not overplaying too. It's just right on the money. So you'll be thinking to yourself, do I use take 1, take 2, take 3? But if you don't have a Bludo, it's best if you are sitting in the session yourself when they are recording. So that whatever takes, you know, before a recording session, we do sound check. Okay, snare, okay, play the whole kit. And the guy is feeling, and you see drummers, when you say give us the whole kit, then that's when their chops have come. That's not what we need. We need a groove. We need a groove. You get my point? Drummers, are we in the house? We need a groove. The sound engineer needs a groove. Amen. And then the chops, you save it for the end. When we say, do your best, then you come. Someone, Aaron Spears, Lakeview, you've gone to learn. Then, Charlie, that's all you've been playing since 2022. Then when we hear the chops, we know that you are good. But you see, we need a groove. We need a groove that spells out each drum part. So that when we are tweaking our sounds to get the gain stage and everything, it's on point. Does it make sense? So unfortunately, you can replace the drum sample. Okay, that's when trigger and other things come in, but it will not give you the drum performance. If the guy played ka throughout, you can replace the sample, but how hard you hit it is how hard you are getting it. You can tweak sensitivity and threshold. It may help, but I usually you see, when you are mixing, garbage in, garbage out. So I usually like to make sure that the recording is the best. But if you don't have that luxury, then you may have to resort to sample replacement. So look up that there are tools like Trigger, Drum, is it Drum X and other. I use Trigger. There's another one. I can't remember the name, but it's a plugin that allows you to, yes. And then even in the DAW itself, some of the DAWs come with things that allow you to replace the drum sample. So look at drum sample replacement. It may change your life. Actually, it's changed mine. So you should look into that. All right. Thank you. You have another question? Obre, because garbage in, then they expect you to turn it and. All right, one more question, and then I hand over to Malaika. Anybody going once, going twice? Eastwood, do you want to share your experiences with us? Tema, why they mention your name plenty like that? You don't even know. Me too. If I were them, I'll mention your name. Anyways, okay. In the absence of another question, thank you for your time. I'm handing over to my big sister Malaika.
Oh, put your hands together.
So, like I also said, you have to look at context. Sometimes some of the tracks I get, the aux player, he's played strings, he's played organs, bells, he's played synth pad, then he's played. There's this thing that Pentecost people. It's called techie or so. I don't know. James Merku showed me some time on some Roland. I was looking at him. He said, "Oh, I did. He has saved it as techie." I mean, that's what I saw. So I went to look for it in my church. Listen, we didn't have it. So I realized that it's probably something he has tweaked. And it's all in there. So at the end of the day, when you are mixing, there's the tracks you have, okay, or the context you have is what dictates what is important. Let me take that again. Not every worship song is the same, right? But at the end of the day, we need to hear the lead vocal. That's very important. The BVs are also important, okay? But how loud, I know some mix engineers who make the drums very prominent in worship songs. And then the bass is sort of coupled in terms of relational EQ with the kick. It's an approach. I know someone, his EQ for bass and this thing is just slightly off so that you get some clarity that this is the bass and this is the kick. You what? Yes, the high notes of the bass, no. Yes. So at the end of the day, it's all context. So how I approach the mix is different from yours. But at the end of the day, we need to get clarity across all. So if it means placing the synth and the auxes before your BVs, and that's what makes the mix sit well, in terms of what you were describing is more of like your pillar or your hierarchy of importance, right? Yes. If that's what you need to do for us to still hear the BVs, not lose BVs information. Recently, I heard there's a trailer of a song coming out, and the people mixed it, and they have done promo. It's going around. When I listened to it, I said, they've tried. They've tried. Because I couldn't hear the BVs at all. Right? I could hear that people are doing, I could hear the lead singer saying, he's doing some high notes. The drums are there, solid. Ox no add space bear and I can't hear what the BV. But if you mind you, BVs are very important because the lead singer, he only comes in with ad libs. He hardly sings the entire line. So if you should know how the song really sounds, it's your BVs because they will sing the first part usually unison, then they'll change to parts, things like that, right? So whatever, and sometimes the song, depending on the point we've gotten to in the song, there's automation where some things are louder than others. So there's nothing like, this is my fixed pyramid or hierarchy of importance because at certain sections, it will change. Is it making sense? So it's all context. That's why there's no one size fits all for mixing. Okay, Ernest, thank you. I feel like I should give Ernest something else if we have more.
But he has something in his hand already. Extra. If you say so, go ahead. Look, the bag is there. Give him what you want. All right, beautiful. Guys, I'm sorry for the delay. We were supposed to start since 1 o'clock, but things has been pushed back, so now we're being rushed, but we thank God for the opportunity to be here. So I'm going to speed things up, okay? Berklee, Nana, we're live on Berklee. Show Berklee the crowd for me, please. Nana, take the phone and show Berklee the crowd. We're live. So, you guys, wave. Say hello from Ghana. Wave. Wave. Oh, make some noise. Make some noise like you're excited to be here. Make some noise. Make some noise. Say hello to Berklee. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, Nana. Once again, shout out to Steven. He's in the building. He's about to come on after me as well. But let's get things popping. Shout out to Tackle Hubs. Make some noise for Tackle Hubs. Oh, clap like you have energy. Make some noise for them. Beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. So it's my segment now. I'm going to be talking about artist visa and as well as Berklee experience. Please forgive my accent. I'm originally from the Caribbean, but I was raised in Miami. So I have a little, like what's good, what's popping. You understand? You understand? Okay. All right, beautiful. Oh, go over this way. Awesome. Can you see the monitor? Okay, bro. All right. Next slide, bro. Oh, a little about myself. Like I said, I'm born in the Caribbean. I have a bachelor's in mass communication from the University of South Florida. I got my master's in business administration, and then I studied music at Berklee College of Music. And I have a company. My company is called Musicianary, as well as I'm a songwriter. I recently just released a song on January 1st, and she's the lead singer. Now we'll say hello. She's the lead singer on the song. Probably later on, I'll share the song with you guys. And I'm a drummer. My principal instrument at Berklee College of Music was the drum set. So when you go, like my brother said, when you go to Berklee, you have to audition. So you have to put your piece together, audition on a drum set. And I also MC. I do a lot of live events, a lot of weddings and things of that nature. Next slide for me, please. Oh, I'm like, what? Oh, click the arrow again. Why y'all clapping? Okay. I got my American accent coming out. All right. All right, this is my Berklee experience. Like I said, I studied music business. And as you can see from the pictures, that's the Music Business Club. And every year we take a tour to New York. We go visit Sony Music. We visit CSAC. How many of you guys know what CSAC is? Yeah. You guys only know the... how to play your instrument, but you don't know the business side of the CSAC. You don't know what it is. So CSAC is one of the pro organizations. Say, for instance, like I have a song, right? I'll register my song on the CSAC so that I get royalties. Anytime my song is played live, I get royalties. But if my song is not registered with the company, they can never pay me my royalties. So there are big organizations in America that you can register your song with that will do the work for you. So anytime your song is played in a hotel, in a club, in a bar, they make sure you get your royalties. So remember that, CSAC. Oh, you don't want to get paid. Okay, free life, no problem. All right, so this is keep on going. So you can click on my website. Let's move things up. Click on the logo. So go back. Click on the logo. Yeah. So let's stop here since we're here. One of the biggest things, like my brother said, Berklee College of Music is the network. Why? I'm not from Ghana, but Nana's from Ghana. Where did I meet Nana? Berklee College of Music. Who's hosting me in Ghana? So you understand the big network. So when you go to Berklee, it's like the next person next to you, it could be your manager. The next person next to you could be your drummer. The next person next to you could be your MD. Because Soulmate is a talented school. And it's full of people from across the world. You have people from Japan, Asia, Africa, coming in one big school with so many talents that you can form your band. You can form your business with the people next to you. Do you understand? And so that's where I met all these people. We're very big on network at Berklee College of Music. And like I said, every year, the music club, we take a tour to New York. We go visit Sony Music. We visit all the big record labels. And we get to ask questions in regards to the business side of things. Do you understand? Management, royalties, CSAC, like I mentioned, BMI, are the big companies that we use in America. Next, yeah, click on the logo for me. So that's the name, that's my logo. It's called Musicianary Promotions. It doesn't work. Do you want to go to my website? musicianarypromotions.com. So Nana's about to put it up shortly. What's up, Berklee? Y'all all right? Who wants to come and speak tree to Berklee? Come, say something. Who said me first? Ernest. Who said Ernest? Just so they can feel that we're very international here. Come, boss. Who said? Oh, you're here. All right, come. What are you gonna say? You gotta be very, very correct. You understand? What did he say? So I just want you to come. I just want you to say something tree, but very correct. You understand? Just say hello and just greet them. I just want them to feel that we're in Ghana. So just come and say. You say very, very correct. You understand? Okay. So what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Okay. We should next. No, give him a chance. Okay. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Oh, give him a chance. I'll take another person, but I'll let him try first, okay? All right, so guys, this is my website. As you can see, this is the last recent concert I had with Pastor Victoria Renze from Nigeria. I brought her all the way to Boston, and we did a live concert. I booked all her bands. I did the hospitality. I did everything you name that goes into the business side of things. I was the one that brought her tickets, the entire band. She has a 5-piece band, and her manager. And so that's one of the things I do as my company. We take artists from Africa and we bring them to America. Translate. Thank you so much. Put your hands together. I just wanted them to get the Ghana flavor. Oh, I just wanted them to get the Ghana feel. Beautiful, beautiful. Likewise. So if you go up to the top, you can see, if you click on experiences, these are some of the major cities I did live events in. One of my events I did with Limo Blaze in ATL, Atlanta. We did a live gospel Afrobeats concert. Limo Blaze, he's the boss. He's the boss. Before he signed to Reach Records, I was the one that filed for his artist visa because I wanted him to come to that concert specifically because at that time his songs were thriving. So we also been to Miami, where I'm from, Boston, and by the grace of God, tomorrow we'll be doing something live in Ghana. Awesome. Can you go back to the PowerPoint for me, please? I got 15 minutes. Let's get it. I'll go to the next slide, number 5. So I just want to break down my company ecosystem. So this is the top name of my company. I have my ministry on this side where it's basically consecrated. What the Lord says, we do. In fact, anything the Lord says, we do. But it's very consecrated. I'm very particular about this side. I also run a clothing company. I have a Christian clothing brand called Facts of the Art. And the business side of things, I'm an artist manager. I manage 2 artists in Boston now. Brandon Atoheni, he's from Ghana as well, and Tomi, who's from Nigeria. I do artist visas, I do promotions, and I do consulting. Let's go. The part everybody's waiting for. Say O1B visa. Beautiful. It's the visa for extraordinary candidates. That means you're very distinct in your gift. Like drumming, bass, singing. Now, if I'm a company and I come to Ghana and I see you perform, and I'm like, yo, this is talent here. This is juicy. I want to bring him to America. I will file for the O1B visa. Why? Because you're very talented. You're above ordinary. You're not just a lukewarm musician that says, oh, yeah, I practice when I want to, but you have taste, you have quality, and you have materials to back up your information. And so I will file for the O1B visa because you have extraordinary ability, high achievement. Do you understand? So I can also say, for instance, Caleb wants to come to America, and Caleb is now married. I can file for Caleb's wife, and Caleb's wife can be filed for O12 because he's married. But I'm bringing Caleb because he has that extraordinary ability. But because he's married, I also don't want him to be lonely in America. It gets very cold. You understand? So I will register for the O2 visa. Now, if Caleb also has kids, I can file for Caleb kids under an O3 visa. Do you understand? I can bring the entire family because of this one act who has an extraordinary ability. Do you understand? Next visa. P3 visa. It's like what was the big show that we do in Boston all the time? You mentioned earlier on? The Beantown Jazz Festival. If they saw one of you guys, they can say, I want my guy in the glasses, what's your name? Gideon. I want Gideon to perform at this jazz festival because he's skillful. So all I'm saying as a company, I want to file for the P3 for Gideon because I want him to perform at the Beantown Festival. That's all you're coming to do. You're not coming to work. I'm purposely hiring you to come to America to play at this specific concert. Compared to the O1B, if you land in America with the O1B, the other visa, you can work. You can work. When you do the P3, I'm specifically saying I only bring you from Ghana to Boston for this festival, and I'm sending you back. Because I just want your expertise. I want your flavor at this specific concert. The O1B there, you can work. If they give it for 3 years, you can work for 3 years. Make sense? Beautiful. Let's speed things up. R1 visa is a very popular visa. That visa is a visa where churches say, you know what? I like Nana. I want to bring Nana to, what are we going to say? Cali. Somebody say Cali. I want to bring Nana to Cali to work for my church as an MD. So that's the religious visas. I have 2 friends now from Ghana who is in Atlanta and Tampa because a church saw their skill set as a music director and they said, I want to apply for your visa. And because I'm applying for your visa, you're going to come and work for my church and help my music ministry. Do you understand? So the only thing with that, you have to be very upfront with them because suppose Tim Godfrey or these other artists in America wants to book you, you have to be mindful you're under the church visa. Remember, your mandate is the church. They're the one who took you all the way from Accra to California. So you in that conversation, what I'm trying to say is that you have to lay things out on the table. You can say, you know what? Probably Monday to Thursday, I will travel out, but make sure I'm in church Friday and Sunday to make sure the music ministry is working. I hope that makes sense. Because remember, they're the one who paid for everything, and you're under you're their employee in a sense. All right? Make sense? Let's move things along. These are the main criteria. I mentioned this earlier. You need a petitioner or an agent. You need somebody who has a company like myself that does a lot in the music that will petition for you on behalf of U.S. Embassy and say, no, this talent needs to come out of Accra and land in America. That's a petitioner. Then, I mentioned earlier, we have to go through American Federation of Musicians. These big boys are the one that's going to do the research and verify that you're very talented and you have a lot of followers outside of Accra. They're the one who will give the green light to U.S. Embassy and say, yes, this is a valid artist. I've looked at their analytics. I've looked at their iTunes analytics, and they have a high number from the United States of America. So at that moment, American Federation of Musicians will give U.S. Embassy the green light that, yes, this is a valid artist, and he should make his way, or she should make her way to USA. Make sense? Beautiful. In between that, whoever is your petitioner, you need a contract. U.S. Embassy wants to make sure you say, my company, I have a contract with Caleb. In that contract, I'm going to tell U.S. Embassy, Caleb is probably going to get $5,000 for every performance that he does. And I'm probably going to get 20% off of that, off of his $5,000. So they want clarity to understand what is the relationship between the artists I'm bringing, what is our standards or the agreements that we have together to know that how much he's going to be making by the time he goes back to Accra. The last thing is that we have to file the I-129, which is a non-immigrant form, and that's something my company does. That's where the petitioner and the agent comes in. I filed that on your behalf, saying this person I can say probably give them 3 months, give them a year. In most cases, U.S. Embassy decides. For your first time, they only give you 3 months because some other people has messed it up. They never come back. So do you understand? They will give you 3 months to make sure you're going to come back to your country. They won't give you 5 years, all these things. So that's very important to note that when we file this, they only give you 3 months for the first visa. Then we can file again. Then they will extend it to 3 years and 5 years. Makes sense? Let's move on so we can go to Q&A. These are the 2 people that have successfully, by the grace of God, got their visas. Like I mentioned, Limo Blaze, and before he got assigned to Reach Record, and Jojo twice by the grace of God. And I'm currently working on one person from Ghana, actually, visa, and I pray by the grace of God that it will happen. And so I'm here because I want to be a tool, a medium to the talents in Ghana. And I want to be a resource hub, and I also want to be, my company can be an opportunity for you to come to America if you're very serious. If you want to see yourself, your musicianship going outside of Accra and going to the world. America. Hey. And so that's why I set up this workshop, and like I mentioned, set up to all the people behind this Sweet Music Pro Audio and Godfrey that made this available. And so any questions for me? In fact, I'm going to leave my email address. If you think you're a candidate and you know that you're an O1B candidate or P1 candidate, I would definitely like to have a conversation with you so that we can talk further and how we can pursue getting your visas to come to share your craft. There's no one like you. Do you understand? There's no favor in America that, you know, that Ghana cannot bring. You understand? And in fact, I think it's a distinct flavor. And so I think it's important that we get some of our Ghanaians over. Say amen. Oh, you guys. Beautiful. Q&As before we wrap it up. Any questions? Is there anything else, Nana? Oh, you can go click on that. Q&A. Any questions or concerns, please, before we wrap it up? Any questions about visas, the R1 visas, if a church wants to bring you over to America as an MD, as a musician? Yes.
Please, my name is Ernest.
Ernest, nice to meet you.
You were talking about your structure in your company. You were talking about ministry, counseling, consulting, and stuff. But I think there was a piece missing. Mm-hmm. I think there is a situation where
you're trying to get a gift from me, right? No problem. Go ahead.
I can see artist management, but I'm not seeing, let's say, a young person like me who is trying to learn sound engineering. Is there a place for me here? That's the question I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Nice, solid question. With me, no. With Nana, yes. Me, I turn knobs, but not mixing knobs. I can mix. I'm more on the business side of music. Not quite. It's more practical. It's more practical. It's more being live on the field. I do a lot of behind-the-scene things. Make sense? All right. That's my boss. Go ahead.
So, what are the eligibilities as in with the church one? What are the things they look out for to file for the religious visas? I'm saying that the religious visas, okay, what are the things they look out for if you want to? Is it that there must be a church that is ready over there, or as a business person, if someone says, hey, I want to work with a church in the U.S., can you get me a church to work in the U.S.? Or, okay.
I think goes both ways. The church has to be ready to file for you.
Okay.
And then you have to be ready to come over as well.
Okay.
So, and when some of the things the churches are looking for is your skill set, your capability to
be extraordinary.
Yes, and enhance their music ministry. Some churches, you know, the music ministry is not there.
Yeah, I get it.
But they see the talents here in Accra, and they want to bring that talent over and say, you know what, I think you have the capability to increase my music ministry, help my singers, help my BGVs, help my musicians grow in quality and in skills and spiritual. Make sense?
Yes, but as a business person, do you get churches reach out to you?
I personally had it like, Godfred is sticking on somebody. So I posted a video of a guy drumming, and I have a lot of pastors on my WhatsApp. Okay. He said, would this guy be interested in coming to Arizona? I messaged Godfred. Godfred never got back to me.
Whoa. See the way they are shouting. Plenty.
He never got back. No, as soon as and the guy was chopping. It was at his last program at the musician therapy. The guy was a beast on the drums. And I posted on my WhatsApp status. And the pastor from Arizona was like, Malika, is this guy interested in coming to Arizona? I messaged him because I don't know the guy. So to answer your question, yes. Someone like me who have access to a lot of pastors, the moments I post things on my WhatsApp, it gingered them small.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah,
So
I get it.
But aside the music, any other maybe aside the music, any other space?
Aside the music, no.
Just the music.
When it comes to like our churches, musicians, yes. Yes. I mean, they do pastors, but I'm just talking for this atmosphere that we're in, you know, musicians.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yes, a church can say, you know what, I want to file for a pastor, or I want to file for a youth minister, or I want to file for this particular person that I think is called into ministry. Yes, they can do that. Yes, they certainly can. Next question. Have 5 minutes. Me? Go ahead, boss.
Hello, I go by the name Felix.
Felix, thanks
Yes.
for doing the translation. I owe you a gift, right?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
So please, when you come earlier on, you were saying you'll be giving us some websites for free scholarship or something. Yeah. Thank you.
Serious. We can put the website up for Berklee now. Any other questions, please?
So,
Oh yes,
I have,
that's my other boss.
yeah. My name is Praises. In looking out for talent, right? How are you able to scout for people? Like,
How do I scout for people?
yeah,
On IG. I follow a lot of people on IG.
okay,
I follow people on YouTube. People make recommendations to me. They say, Malika, what about this person? What do you think about them?
okay.
Like, a couple of artists here from Ghana, people say, Malika, I think you should file for them, talk to them. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm here as well.
But are you also in talks with churches, like Ghanaian churches in America? Like maybe there are churches that really do worship like we are just in Ghana and all that, you know. But so I'm also asking for that. Maybe there are some people who really play local music here, right? And maybe a church is looking for somebody who can be able to play drums or guitar or keyboard and the way we do in Ghana here. So that's what I'm asking of.
It might be different from America.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think that's a conversation you can have with the pastor up front. And I believe the pastor, after he reviews your video, stuff like that, I know you're not going to come in like American because you're not American.
Exactly.
You're going to come in with your Ghanaian flavor, right? And I think that's the beautification of everything. You come in with a flavor that America has not seen as yet. Do you understand? And so you're able to catapult both of them together, intertwine them both together. Do you understand? The American flavor. And after time, I'm sure from here, you listen to American music too. You get the gist, you get the vibes, and you can blend it in. So definitely that depends on the pastor and what the culture of the church looks like, you know,
Yeah.
and their vibes. Hope that answered the question.
Exactly. Yeah.
Last question, please. Go ahead, my guy. Age limit. You're in school.
Okay, I'm Michael.
Come in.
Hello, I'm Michael. Do you have age limits for younger talents? Yes, the person is in school, but you still want the person to come out there. So, yeah, high school.
No. You need to finish high school first.
Finish first.
You have
Go
to
school.
finish.
Don't
Sorry.
peg it too much.
All right, let me give away some goodies so I can get up out of here.
Yeah, so I'm actually expanding on his question. So does Berklee look for talent, young talent, and then give them scholarship? Like the soccer, some guys play soccer, you know, they are young, they can be contracted, and then after high school or after school, they enter.
Yes, we have departmental scholarships, percussion, bassist,
Okay.
guitarist. We do have that.
Okay.
We
okay.
do.
Thank you.
Great question. All right, I owe somebody a gift, right? Oh, you have to be done. Where's the papa of the house, the manager? Or the chief shepherd? Where is he? Oh, you should grab him. He should come and give him something. All right. What are the different types of visas in terms of the music category? Hey, the O and the B. P. Give me the full thing. O1. Oh, who said O1B? Eesh. Four of you guys said O1B. Who said it, Caleb? You said O1B. What's the other type of visa? P3. Didn't I give you something already? You sure, Gideon? Oh, okay, okay. What's the last visa that I mentioned? That is affiliated with the churches. What's the last visa I mentioned? What's the last visa I mentioned that's affiliated with churches? Okay. What's the last visa I mentioned? What? O3B. Oh, you didn't try, you didn't try. What's the last visa I mentioned? You're close, my guy. That's affiliated with the church. What is that visa? R11. No, Chris, you was always my favorite drummer. You've messed it up now. V? No. R1B. B. I thought he said V. You said V. No, he didn't try, Nana. He said V. All right. Let's give away some. As I mentioned, anything I give you today, hold it as a mantle that you will land your feet. Bible says, anywhere your feet shall tread. Anywhere your feet shall tread. I didn't come to preach, but if I have to preach, I'll preach. Do you understand? Like, don't take it for lightly that Berklee has landed here. Don't take it don't be nonchalant about it. Look at it in the realms of the spirit. Do you understand? Look at it in the realms of the spirit. My girl, right here. Steven, you don't need Berklee merch, right? You got a lot of Berklee merch? Steven, you don't need Berklee merch, right? You good? You sure? I'm sure you're good. All right, cool. That's the papa. Manager, please, any Berklee item you like, take in the bag. Thank you for having us. Appreciate it. Clap for him. Daddy, use it as a mantle that anywhere your feet shall tread, you shall take possession. All right. Who did not get earplugs? Berklee earplugs. Please be honest. I have a few left. I want to give everybody one. If you didn't, please be honest. Okay. Who else? Did you get one? Okay. Godfrey, bring the bag. You didn't get one. Okay. If you don't have no Berklee mantle, we're calling it Berklee mantle. Raise your hand. You don't have any. Who's Felix? Oh. You do not have anything at Berklee. Boss, I didn't give you one. All right. Here you go, boss. I didn't give you one, boss. Okay. Caleb, Daddy, you get something? Let me see what else is in the bag. Where's the manager? Manager, you can choose somebody and give them a beanie. Choose anybody. Did you take your book? You don't do anything when you go, right? Yeah, the book is going to the book. Because I like these books. They want the hats. Daddy, I didn't give you anything. Okay. What do you play, Daddy? You play drums. Wow. So do you understand the mandate? Anything I give you is a mantle. So you believe God that you, anywhere your feet are tread upon, you shall take possession.
Yeah. Thank you.
You need a Who wants a Berklee pen? That anytime you write, you vision yourself writing in the music lab. I have to balance it. Let me go on that side small. Let me balance. The song engineer didn't say hi to me today. It's only my managers here who said hi to me. No, song engineer. You're taking videos of me giving them, right? I gave everybody, right? I gave you. All right, are we done? The hat is difficult. Steven, I want you to choose somebody to get the beanie from Berklee. Choose somebody that you want to give the Berklee beanie to. You scared? Why? Trouble, right? Steven, who did you say? What color shirt? And the cap? The green cap? All right, guys. Huh? All right, I gotta go so I can see if we can come on. I got some lanyards for your keychains. I'm done. Okay, guys, bye. Who said pen drive? This side. Thank you, Berklee, so much for giving us this merch. We appreciate it. Oh, clap for Berklee, please. Clap for Berklee, please. They gave all of this for you guys for free. What is this called? Guitar pick, right?
All right. Thank you so much for your attention. I just want to bring your mind to this website. This is the Berklee website. And everything you ever try to DM a Berklee alum, like myself, can be found on this website, especially pertaining to the academic work and scholarships, financial aid, anything of that nature it can be retrieved here on this website. Okay, so if you don't find anything readily available for you to click. You can search for it. Okay, for instance, scholarships. It's one big one that we were asked. So scholarships, as soon as I start typing right there, give me a second. Yes. So they give you the different types of scholarships available and things like that. So anything you need on the Berklee website, trust me, is there. If it's something specific that you want to find out, there are resources you can reach out to. You can reach out to admissions. You can reach out to the financial aid office, scholarships. Any and everything you need, there will be someone to definitely reach out and give you the information and give you the clarification you need, all right? So thank you very much. Thank you.
Ghana, I'm signing off. I'm bringing Stephen up. Stephen, you can come back. I want to say thank you to Sweet Music Pro Audio. Thank you to Godfred. My name is Malika. My company is Musicianary. If you ever come to America, hit me up. My email is musicianarypromotions@gmail.com. Send me an email, and I'll definitely do my best to help you out as much as I can. It was a pleasure being with you guys. Hopefully we can have another one next year, God willing. Who knows? But like I said, keep that mental. Continue to believe God that your feet will land in America. All right. Thank you, guys.